out there, welcome back to the channel. Postman turned up today. I bought some heated grips from AliExpress or something like that. Got some for a mate of mine for his birthday. Apparently they're really good and I wanted some for the Tiger, but that's not what we're doing today. What are we doing today? Well, I need to get this put together so we can see if this engine repair has worked. So, let's do the intro and then I'll tell you what I've been up to. So since the last video, I have done some bits and pieces, which I'll show you now. So what I've done is I've got the engine back together, which we did together in the last video. I've installed the exhaust pipe, which has also got the new stud bolts fitted to the head, and putting the lambda sensor back in was a bit of a pain because you have to basically completely unwire it so that you can screw it in. Otherwise if you leave the wiring in position and you try screwing that lambda sonder in, you'll just twist all the wires. So we've got the oil cooler fitted, the water cooler fitted. It's empty at the moment. Sorry, I was just interrupted by my neighbour then. So we've got the exhaust pipe fitted, bolted in. We've got the tank is just sitting there resting on the frame at the moment, but under here we've got the airbox fitted, the throttle body's fitted. I have to put the battery case back in, a few more bits and bobs to wire up. So that's what I want to do today, is try and get the bike put together so far that I can actually start the engine. So how was your week, guys? Mine's been particularly stressful, to be honest with you. When I've had a stressful week, I'm not really quite sure if I want to get in the garage or not, because when I've got things in my head, it sort of distracts me from what's going on here. But sometimes it's a little bit of therapy, isn't it, as well? And I've got something else on the table lying here, just wanted to mention it. I've got a cam chain tensioner from a GPZ 600 lying here because I've had a call for help of someone in one of my groups. He needs to know how that thing's been put together properly because he took it apart and somehow seems to have a problem with it's not really difficult, but he seems to be having a problem putting it back together. So I'll be taking some photos of that and showing him later. So what have I got to do? Haven't been on here for a couple of days, so I'm now going to try and think back to what it is I'm actually supposed to be doing here. Yeah, the tank is just sitting on it loosely at the moment, and it's a heavy old thing, isn't it? So I want to get the tank fitted and in the correct position. I've got all sorts of plugs and things to go in under the tank. You've got the fuel pump, the fuel sensor, got the two connectors on this side, we've got overflows. So let me put all that together and we'll take it from there. So I'm just thinking, when I'm thinking I can listen to the birds. So let me do that and get back to you. So we've got the tank on. Put the battery in, and everything seems to be operational. If I turn the key, get the light, press the kill switch, the fuel pump primes. Press the starter button, nothing happens until I pull the clutch, and then it will rotate. I'll do a couple of rotations. So, going to do an oil change. I'm just wondering if it's wise to do the oil change first, and then I'll see if it runs. And if it runs, I'll warm up the oil, drop it, give it an oil change. Otherwise, I've put all that new oil in there, and the bike won't run, and it would be a waste of oil, wouldn't it? Because I could use that for my other bike. So we're getting close to something happening, I suppose. I think I'll leave it there. I don't want to know what's going to happen. No, it's always the same at this point, isn't it? Oh, now, hey, what I've done, I'll just show you this. Look, I made something. Let me just take you around the other side. So this bike's got this like mini din power line here. Same as my 2018 Triumph Tiger Sport 1050 Sport. This got this as well. So what I've done is I've got one of these plugs, right, which plug into it. On the other end, I made an adapter basically. So it's a cable with a plug on the end, and I can just attach that to the to my battery charger, my tender. I don't have to keep going off the battery then. I can just do it straight off here. So I'll just plug that in there because I do think the battery needs a bit of power. Right, people. Now, I just went off camera for a bit because, well, you know, things don't always go according to plan, and I put the tank on, put the battery in, and then I realised I haven't filled the cooling system. I'd actually just screwed it on, and the filler cap's under the tank, so I had to take the tank back off, fill up the cooling system. 2.8 litres is supposed to go in, 2.5 I got in. I'm presuming once the pump's going it'll draw the rest in. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to bleed it. I'll have to read the book. So there's a little bit of fuel left in the tank. I might have to put a drop in because I did actually drain most of the stuff out of the tank, but there is a little bit in there. We're going to go for first start. We've got coolant, a little bit of fuel, battery's in, it's connected. I have got absolutely no idea how this is going to react when it starts, because with carb bikes it's easy, isn't it? You've got the throttle body, the butterfly is closed. Using your idle screw you can open the throttle body. Hope you can hear me. And what I do is usually I open the idle screw quite a lot on carbs. So once the engine starts, I just need to bring the revs down. If you've got it screwed out too much, and it's not going to start because it's like the butterfly is completely closed. But anyway, so I'm rambling. I think I'm just probably postponing this because it's all or nothing now, isn't it? It's make or break. So here we go. I heard it prime, pull the clutch. looking for leaks. That smoke's just coming off the exhaust pipe, something dripped on it. Slight water leak here. Ooh. Good Lord. I think it's running. Right, I think all in all, no brake fluid, all in all, I'm happy with that. The temperature didn't go up too high, look. So that was about where the fan came on. It was a little bit higher. So, well that, I think that was a bit of a result, wasn't it? My first Triumph head gasket, and the engine started up lovely after all that palaver I had with the so it's glugging, it's putting me off. All the palaver I had with the camshafts getting them in, because they kept the intake camshaft kept jumping over, but that was because I was trying to do everything by the book, and the book actually states to put the camshafts in first and then the tensioner. But with there being absolutely no tension on the chain, it was really difficult. And some of you guys have actually said, well, yeah, we like to put the tensioner in a little bit first, just to stop the chain from doing exactly what was happening with me, was jumping over. But my biggest worry was, one, there was a timing problem and I'm going to hit some valves. Didn't happen. And two, the cylinder sleeves, the liners, I didn't get them out. I wasn't able to get them out, they just wouldn't come out. And in the attempt of trying to pulling them out, I was a bit worried that they may have broken the seal at the bottom of the liner, so that doesn't seem to have happened. And I'm going to call that a win for today. Engine's running great. It is, when I blip it, it is dipping a little bit. What do you reckon could be causing that? I don't fancy taking all the tank off again, and if I do have to take the tank off to do something to the throttle bodies, you know, how would I go about that? Or is there something I can do with ECU tune? Maybe it's it is the old the case of synchronizing the throttle bodies. Just wait for my neighbour to drive off. I've got the garage open because it was a bit smelly in here with the petrol. I'll be right back. Wow, what has happened here? So it works. Got that little bit of a dip when I blip the throttle. I'm wondering if one of you will be able to tell me what that's all about and how I can cure that. But It's not overheating, it's not leaking, got no smoke coming out the exhaust pipe, no horrible noises, accelerates nicely so it takes the gas well, it starts well. I'll give it another little start because I like it. So you heard the revs drop when I came off the accelerator, off the throttle. So if you know what that is, maybe you can let me know and how to cure that. But other than that, as far as the engine's concerned, I am more than happy. I'm not losing any coolant. Absolutely not. There's nothing coming out. Not lost any down in the sump. And in fact, if I look at the oil level, because it's got one of these little dipsticks, isn't it, this bike here? Got a dipstick. I think it's got a dipstick. Couldn't find a sight glass anywhere. So it must have a dipstick. Oh, look at this, look. Right, so I've literally just pulled it out. Right, it's just oily. Let's see what's... Right, it's a bit dark, right? But what isn't in here... First of all, it doesn't smell too gassy, and there isn't any mayonnaise, so there's no water in there whatsoever in the sump. I'm going to change this oil anyway, but that's what I wanted to see. A bit fiddly to get in the hole in there, eh? So, where to take it from here? Oh, getting all excited now, isn't it? Well, I've got some cosmetics to do on the bike. I don't want this green to stay on. And I've got lots of little willy-nilly things to do. I'm going to bleed the brakes because, well, in fact, look at this. Look, there's not even any fluid in that one, look. Whoop. Nothing in there. I know the brakes work, but that could do with not just topping up, but obviously bleeding that right through. I'll take the calipers off and give them the service anyway. Brake discs are good though. So that is basically it for engine repair Tiger video number 3. Now getting it look nice and fixing all up the little bits and bobs. I did have a luggage rack for it. Aha! Actually, just something very quickly for you. No, that's for another video. Got a luggage rack for this and I took it off. Putting it back on though because we have plans. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Comment anything. Tell me what you had for dinner. Just get the comments coming. And I'll see you on the next video. So yeah, the next one will be basically starting to make it look better. It looks alright. If you like it, it looks alright. Not mine. Ciao for now. See you next time.